Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the difference between a man noticing you and him being completely captivated by you isn't your looks, your style, or even your social media posts? The truth is, it's the words you use, the simple phrases that can make him feel seen, desired, and intrigued, almost without him realizing why. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to speak in a way that sparks deep attraction, creates emotional pull, and keeps him thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Get ready, because everything you thought you knew about attraction is about to change. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about a truth that too many women overlook. Attraction isn't just about looks. It's about connection. It's about the energy you bring, and most importantly, it's about the words you choose. The phrases you use when you talk to men can either draw them closer or push them away, and yet, most women underestimate the power of what they say. Today, I want to show you how simple phrases delivered with confidence and subtlety can build deep attraction faster than anything else you've tried. This isn't about manipulation, it's about understanding how humans connect on a deeper level and giving a man the experience he's been unconsciously craving. First, understand this. Men respond to emotional cues, not just logic. They want to feel seen, appreciated, and challenged in a way that excites them. So the first phrase you need to master is one that subtly acknowledges his value. You don't need to overdo it. In fact, overpraising can feel desperate. A simple, "I really like how passionate you are about that," or "It's rare to meet someone who's so confident in what they do," does something magical. It tells him you see him, not just the surface version, but the version of him that he wants to show the world. And when a man feels truly seen, he starts to open up, he starts to share more of himself, and attraction builds effortlessly. Next, let's talk about curiosity. Men are wired to respond to someone who is intrigued by them. That doesn't mean interrogating them with 1,000 questions. It means asking questions that invite him to show his personality, his values, and his humor. A phrase like, "I'm curious, what made you choose that?" or "Tell me what you think about this. I want to know your perspective," does two incredible things. It validates his opinions and draws him into a conversation where he feels important. And here's the kicker. When a man feels heard and understood, he starts associating those feelings with you. Suddenly, you're not just another woman in the room, you're the woman who makes him feel alive, valued, and excited to be seen. But attraction isn't just about making a man feel good. It's also about creating a spark of challenge, a subtle tension that keeps him interested. And this is where the power of playful teasing comes in. Men love a woman who can have fun with them, who can make them laugh, and who isn't afraid to push back in a light-hearted way. Phrases like, "Are you always this confident?" Or "Is it just around me?" Or "I don't know if I should trust you on that one," said with a smile, create a dynamic where he wants to prove himself to you, but in a fun, enjoyable way. This isn't gamesmanship, this is energy, this is attraction. Then there's the power of suggestion. Often, women try to tell men exactly what to do, or they over-explain their feelings. The truth is, mystery fuels desire. When you use phrases like, "I have a feeling this is going to be interesting," or "I have an idea, but you might not be ready for it yet," you create intrigue. You spark curiosity, and curiosity is a powerful motivator in human connection. Men are naturally wired to want to figure things out, to unlock the puzzle. And when you allow yourself to be a little enigmatic, you become irresistible in a way that's beyond words. Another critical point is vulnerability. Yes, confidence draws a man in, but vulnerability deepens connection. Sharing a small piece of yourself, your thoughts, or your feelings in the right way invites him to do the same. A simple phrase like, "I have to admit, I've never felt this way before," or "I didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I am," allows a man to see a different, softer side of you. It's real, it's human, and it creates a bond that no flashy line or superficial compliment ever could. Men crave authenticity, and when you show it subtly, it pulls them closer than any clever trick ever could. Now, let's talk about the magic of appreciation and acknowledgement in everyday moments. Men often notice when a woman appreciates not just what he does, but who he is. Phrases like, "I love how you think about this," or you really make this feel exciting. Signal that you notice the small things that matter. This is incredibly seductive because it tells a man that you see him in a way no one else does. And attraction is about exclusivity. It's about making him feel like he's in a unique connection with you, a connection that no one else has access to. Here's a subtle but powerful shift most women overlook. Instead of asking, you can invite. Instead of saying, can we do this? Say, I would love to see what you think about this. Instead of, do you want to go out? Try, I have an idea for something fun and I think you'd be perfect for it. Small changes like this transform the energy of your interaction from uncertainty to confidence, and confidence is magnetic. Men are drawn to women who are decisive, women who know what they want, and women who communicate it in a way that is playful, engaging, and inviting. Let's also not forget the power of subtle challenges. Men are naturally wired to respond to women who set boundaries and have standards. A simple phrase like, I don't usually do this, but with you, I feel like it could be fun, communicates both intrigue and value. You're not giving yourself away immediately. You're creating a space where he has to invest, where he has to lean in to earn your attention and affection. And this investment, small though it may seem, creates emotional stakes that deepen attraction quickly. Finally, remember this, every phrase you use carries energy. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Men respond to women who speak from a place of calm confidence, who carry their own lives and passions, and who communicate that they are interesting, desirable, and fully themselves. A phrase can be incredibly simple, yet when delivered with warmth, curiosity, and just a hint of challenge, it becomes unforgettable. So, as you start practicing these phrases, notice the shift in your interactions. Notice how men respond when they feel truly seen, when they are playfully challenged, when curiosity and intrigue are sparked, and when vulnerability is shared just enough to deepen connection. It's not complicated. It's not about being someone you're not. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction and using simple, intentional words to create deeper emotional bonds. You have the power to change the way men perceive you, the way they experience connection, and the way they feel drawn to you. These phrases are tools, but the real magic comes from the energy behind them, the combination of confidence, authenticity, curiosity, and subtle challenge. The moment you master this, interactions stop feeling like a guessing game and start feeling like a dance, one where you are leading with poise, charm, and undeniable allure. Every conversation you have is an opportunity to create intrigue, to build connection, and to invite him into a deeper emotional experience with you. And when you use these phrases, not as tricks, but as natural extensions of who you are, you start to notice a pattern. Men start leaning in, opening up, and seeking you out. Attraction becomes effortless because you are no longer just interacting, you are creating a magnetic energy that draws them toward you naturally. Remember, the words you choose are powerful. They are the brushstrokes that paint the picture of who you are in his mind. And when you paint yourself as confident, playful, intriguing, and genuine, the attraction you build is deep, meaningful, and enduring. These are not just phrases, they are keys to connection, to intimacy, and to a level of attraction that goes beyond surface-level interactions. Once you begin to understand the way words can shape attraction, you'll notice that the smallest shifts in what you say can have enormous consequences on how a man perceives you. Many women focus on the big gestures, the elaborate plans, or the dramatic displays of affection. But what really fuels desire is subtlety, the art of saying just enough to ignite curiosity without giving everything away. Think of it like music. The pauses, the soft notes, the unexpected chords are what make a song unforgettable. And in conversation, those pauses and subtleties are the phrases that create deep magnetic attraction. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal is the ability to compliment without losing your power. There's a difference between flattery and a compliment that genuinely lands. Men notice when a compliment comes from someone who truly sees them, rather than just trying to get a reaction. Saying something like, "I really admire how you think through problems. It's impressive," signals respect and recognition. It says, "I see the part of you that is rare and valuable," and it makes him want to reveal more of that side to you. Over time, these small acknowledgements build a sense of admiration and connection that feels effortless because it's authentic. Another element to master is mirroring and validating his feelings. When a man shares a story, an opinion, or a challenge, phrases like, "That makes total sense," "I can see why you'd feel that way," or "I never thought about it like that, that's really interesting," create emotional alignment. Alignment doesn't mean agreeing with everything blindly. It means showing that you're engaged, that you're tuned into his experience. And when he feels understood on that level, he begins to associate comfort, excitement, and emotional safety with your presence. Attraction thrives in environments where a man feels both challenged and understood, and your words can create that environment every time you interact. But here's where most women stumble. They underestimate the magnetic pull of playful, intelligent teasing. Attraction is fueled not only by warmth, but also by tension. Think about the conversations that stick with you, the ones that are layered, teasing, and a little unpredictable. Phrases like, "Are you always this mysterious?" Or "Is it just when I'm around?" Or "I'm not sure if I trust you yet. You seem a little too clever for your own good." Create a dynamic where he wants to engage, impress, and keep you intrigued. The key here is delivery, smile, maintain eye contact, and say it lightly. Teasing done this way creates chemistry that words alone can't achieve. It's a dance of energy that pulls him in, making him excited to continue the conversation, to see what you'll say next, and to invest emotionally. Then there's the power of storytelling. Humans are wired to respond to narratives, and when you share small, personal stories, you give him a glimpse into your life and your world. Phrases like, "I remember this one time," or "Something happened to me recently that completely surprised me." Invite him into your reality without making it feel like you're oversharing. The secret is to be selective and intriguing. Share stories that reveal your values, your passions, and your sense of humor. When a man starts to see the world through your eyes, he begins to feel connected to you on a deeper level, and that connection fuels desire and attraction in a way nothing else can. It's also critical to harness the power of anticipation. Anticipation is magnetic because it creates desire without pressure. Simple phrases like, "I've been thinking about this all week, and I can't wait to see what you think," or "I have something in mind for us, but I'm going to keep it a surprise," spark curiosity and create emotional investment. When a man is emotionally invested, he's not just physically present, he's thinking about you, imagining scenarios with why, oh, and feeling an excitement that keeps him coming back. This is one of the subtle arts of attraction, creating a pull that is irresistible, while still maintaining your own independence and energy. Let's explore another powerful technique, using humor and light-heartedness to deepen connection. Men respond to women who can make them laugh because humor is both a signal of intelligence and a source of pleasure. A well-placed witty comment, a clever observation, or a playful exaggeration communicates that you're fun, confident, and engaging. For instance, saying, "I have a feeling you're going to try to convince me of that," and fail spectacularly, with a smile, sets a tone that's flirtatious but not demanding. Humor allows him to relax, lowers his defenses, and creates an environment where attraction can thrive naturally. Vulnerability paired with strength is another phrase-driven tool that most women neglect. Men are drawn to women who are real but not needy. When you say something like, "I usually keep this to myself, but I feel like I can tell you," you create a moment of emotional intimacy that feels rare and special. Pair that with a confident tone, and it signals that you are secure in yourself but willing to share your world with someone who earns it. The combination of mystery, openness, and selective sharing builds layers of attraction that feel natural and powerful. Equally important is the way you express your own desires and boundaries. Attraction grows when a man senses that you have your own standards and your own life. Phrases like, "I enjoy my space, but I like spending time with someone who adds energy to it," or "I'm selective with who I let in because I value quality over quantity," communicate that you are independent, confident, and intentional. Men are naturally drawn to women who live their own lives fully because it challenges them to match. That energy, creating a dynamic where attraction thrives. Another subtle but profound technique is reflective phrasing. Reflective phrases mirror his emotions without parroting them, showing empathy and understanding. For example, if he says, "I had a crazy day at work," you might respond, "Sounds like you really gave it everything today. That must feel exhausting." This does more than acknowledge what he said. It shows emotional depth and awareness. Men feel a pull toward women who understand them at a level that transcends surface-level chatter. Emotional resonance is a key component of deep attraction, and it is often built phrase by phrase. The power of anticipation also extends into flirtation. Instead of laying everything out immediately, drop subtle hints that invite him to invest in learning more. Phrases like, "I might show you something later," "if you're ready," or "I've got a surprise for you, but you'll have to earn it," create a sense of challenge wrapped in playfulness. Men are wired to chase, and when you combine this with warmth, humor, and appreciation, you create a dynamic that is deeply magnetic. You should also remember that men are attracted to authenticity that isn't over-explained. There's no need to justify every feeling or every action. A simple, confident, "I enjoy spending time with you," or "this feels good," communicates desire without creating pressure or overcomplicating things. The simplicity of these statements allows attraction to grow organically, because it comes from a place of certainty and ease. Men are drawn to women who speak with clarity and confidence, who know what they want and aren't afraid to express it. In addition, use curiosity-driven phrases to shift the conversation toward shared experiences. Phrases like, "Have you ever tried this before?" or "I wonder what you'd do in this situation," spark imagination and dialogue. They create a space where he can explore ideas with you, demonstrate his thinking, and feel a sense of collaboration and connection. Attraction isn't just about the moment, it's about the sense of ongoing discovery, and phrases like these build anticipation and excitement for each interaction. Then, there's the power of selective mystery. You don't need to reveal everything about yourself at once. Phrases like, "I haven't shared this with anyone yet, but," or "there's a story behind this, maybe I'll tell you one day," create intrigue. Men are naturally drawn to uncover what they don't yet understand, and by maintaining a degree of mystery, you invite them into a deeper level of curiosity and engagement. Mystery keeps desire alive, because men want to explore, to earn, and to experience the different layers of who you are. Finally, the combination of praise, challenge, curiosity, and emotional alignment is what creates a truly magnetic conversation. When you use phrases that show you see him, tease him lightly, invite him into dialogue, and share just enough of yourself, attraction grows naturally and deeply. It's not about memorizing lines, it's about understanding the psychology of connection and expressing it with warmth, intelligence, and playful energy. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to deepen attraction when you choose your phrases intentionally. Simple statements, delivered with confidence, humor, curiosity, and authenticity, create emotional resonance and desire. Men are drawn to women who can navigate this dance effortlessly, who can make them feel seen, challenged, intrigued, and appreciated all at once. And when you master this art, you'll notice that conversations are no longer ordinary. They become memorable, magnetic experiences where attraction flows naturally, building deeper connections that feel effortless but are incredibly powerful. Once you understand the way words shape attraction, you begin to notice that what you say in those small, seemingly casual moments can either create a spark or extinguish it. This is why mastering simple, intentional phrases is so powerful. They act as bridges into deeper emotional connection. Attraction is not about overwhelming someone with grand gestures or complex strategies. It's about consistent, thoughtful energy that communicates confidence, intrigue, and value. And the beauty of this is that it doesn't require changing who you are. It's about amplifying the qualities that already make you magnetic. Let's explore the art of creating emotional highs and lows in conversation. Think of every interaction as a journey, not a checklist. When you strategically alternate between warmth and playful challenge, curiosity and validation, praise and subtle teasing, you create a rhythm that is addictive. For example, you might start with genuine curiosity. I'd love to know what made you decide that. It sounds really interesting. Then follow it with a playful challenge. I'm not sure you can convince me, though. I've got my own stubborn streak. The result is a dynamic where he feels both understood and intrigued, safe yet challenged. Men are wired to respond to this balance. It triggers both desire and investment, creating attraction that is deep and sustainable. Another subtle but powerful tool is the use of reflective observation. Men respond to women who notice things beyond the obvious. Instead of saying, "You're smart," you could say, "I noticed how carefully you explained that. It's impressive how you break things down. It's a small distinction, but it signals that you are paying attention, that you are thoughtful, and that you recognize effort and depth." This kind of observation builds a mental and emotional connection faster than generic compliments ever could. Where a man feels genuinely seen, he starts to unconsciously associate that feeling with you, deepening the attraction in a very real way. Attraction also thrives on controlled vulnerability. This doesn't mean oversharing or being needy. It means revealing just enough to create intimacy and trust. Phrases like, "I usually don't share this, but I feel like I can with you," or "I wasn't expecting to enjoy this, but I really am," invite him into your inner world without compromising your power. This form of vulnerability communicates confidence. It says, "I am secure enough to reveal pieces of myself selectively, and you are worth that trust." Men are drawn to women who can be open yet self-assured because it mirrors the balance they aspire to in themselves. Playfulness is another critical component. When you integrate humor, light teasing, and playful curiosity into your conversations, you create a magnetic energy that is difficult to resist. For instance, you might say, "I don't know if I should trust you on that. You seem too clever for your own good," or "Are you always this confident, or is it just with me?" Delivered with a smile and an easy tone, these phrases do more than make him laugh. They create a flirtatious tension that signals you are engaged, confident, and interesting. And tension, when balanced with warmth, is one of the most powerful drivers of attraction. Let's talk about the power of anticipation and suggestion. Humans are naturally wired to desire what feels slightly out of reach. When you use phrases like, "I have a feeling you're going to surprise me," or "I've got something in mind, but you'll have to wait and see," you create intrigue and emotional investment. Men are drawn to the challenge of discovering more about you because it stimulates curiosity and makes the interaction feel exciting. The anticipation you create with your words is just as important as the words themselves. It transforms ordinary exchanges into experiences that linger in his mind long after the conversation ends. Another strategy that cannot be underestimated is demonstrating your independence and self-worth through your phrases. Men are naturally attracted to women who have their own lives, interests, and passions. Statements like, "I really enjoy spending my weekends doing this. It keeps me energized," or "I'm selective with who I spend my time because I value quality experiences," communicate that you are confident, self-sufficient, and high value. Men respond to women who are intentional about their lives because it creates a sense of respect, admiration, and challenge, all of which fuel attraction. Equally important is the ability to communicate emotional resonance. Men are drawn to women who can align with their feelings without losing their own identity. Phrases like, "It makes sense why you'd feel that way, I'd probably feel the same," or "I can see how that was really important to you," validate his emotions and create a sense of connection. This isn't about agreeing blindly. It's about showing that you understand and appreciate his inner experience. Emotional resonance builds intimacy, and when intimacy is paired with playful challenge and curiosity, it forms the core of deep, enduring attraction. Let's also explore the art of selective disclosure. Men are drawn to mystery because it creates curiosity and investment. You don't need to reveal everything about yourself immediately. Phrases like, "There's a story behind that," "Maybe I'll tell you someday," or "I usually keep this private, but you seem like someone who might understand," create a magnetic pull. Men are naturally inclined to invest in learning about someone who reveals themselves gradually because it becomes a rewarding and engaging experience. Mystery keeps desire alive, and when combined with warmth, humor, and authenticity, it creates a dynamic that is irresistibly attractive. The ability to frame experiences in a positive, engaging way is another subtle but powerful tool. For example, instead of saying, "I had a tough day," you could say, "I had a challenging day, but I learned something interesting from it." This reframes your experience as resilient and insightful, signaling strength and self-awareness. Men are drawn to women who carry positivity and confidence, even in mundane moments, because it creates energy that is inspiring and magnetic. Phrases that frame your world in this way enhance your presence and make interactions memorable. Now, let's talk about connecting on values. Men are attracted to women who express their values clearly and authentically. Subtle phrases like, "I really admire people who are committed to their passions," or "I like spending time with people who challenge me to grow," communicate that you are intentional about your life and the people you allow close to you. Attraction deepens when there is alignment of values, and these small statements plant the seeds for a meaningful connection. They show that you are confident, discerning, and aware of your worth, qualities that are inherently magnetic. Another subtle but highly effective approach is using reflective curiosity to engage him further. When he shares something about his life, respond with phrases like, "That's fascinating. What was that like for you?" Or "I'd love to know more about how you think about that." This communicates that you are genuinely interested in him, that you value his perspective, and that you want to understand his inner world. Men respond to curiosity because it makes them feel respected, heard, and seen, the combination of which creates deep attraction. Let's not forget the power of flirtation in everyday interactions. Flirtation doesn't have to be overt. It can be subtle and playful, layered into conversation naturally. Phrases like, "You're making this too easy for me," or "I'm not sure if I should believe you, but I want to," said with light humor and a smile, create a tension that is exciting and magnetic. Flirtation signals interest without desperation, and men are drawn to women who can navigate this balance with ease. It's an energy, not just a set of words. Finally, the ultimate mastery comes when you combine all of these techniques: curiosity, playfulness, anticipation, selective vulnerability, emotional resonance, and subtle challenge. Every phrase you use becomes a brushstroke, painting a picture of a woman who is confident, engaging, and magnetic. Men are drawn to women who can communicate this energy effortlessly, who can make them feel seen, challenged, appreciated, and intrigued all at once. When you master this, attraction is no longer something you hope for. It becomes something you naturally create in every interaction, and you begin to notice a pattern. Conversations with you are no longer ordinary, they are memorable, engaging, and deeply magnetic. Your words are more than just words. They are signals of energy, confidence, and authenticity. The phrases you choose can create desire, build emotional intimacy, and spark curiosity in ways that no amount of surface-level flirting can achieve. Men are wired to respond to women who communicate their value clearly, who express curiosity and interest, and who combine playfulness with authenticity. Every interaction, every phrase, every pause, and every smile works together to create attraction that is deep, lasting, and powerful. Once you realize this, every conversation becomes an opportunity to deepen connection. Every phrase becomes a tool to create emotional resonance, to stimulate curiosity, and to spark desire. Attraction is no longer about chance. It's about intentionality, energy, and presence. And the best part is, you don't have to overthink it. By mastering simple, deliberate phrases that communicate warmth, challenge, curiosity, and authenticity, you create an irresistible energy that draws him in naturally, making every interaction a magnetic, unforgettable experience.